Welcome everybody. I send you the link, so you could come in whenever you want. I know you're in the chat, so be part of the panel. The has been sent. So today I want to talk about iOS. Because that's just what everybody's talking. Give me a second. Bear with me. So let me get the chats. A little rusty. I haven't done this for a while, but you know. Welcome, Latrell. Tech Boy, I send the link. Let me see, make sure I got the volume low. Ricardo. All right, let me get started. Thanks everybody for coming in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Tech for Your Needs, and today is Tech and Chill. And today's subject, as always, going to be the iOS because that came out. We're going to talk about the iPhones, different plans, different upgrades, and things that I like about it and everything. I'm glad that I'm back. I was sick and I had a personal matter, so I was out for a couple of weeks. But nonetheless, I'm here and, full of steam. So yeah, so I sent the link to my guest. I'm waiting for it to come. Little, no. Yeah. So check it, Bobby. Check if DM me on Twitter. If you can, let me know so I can add you, and I'll send you the invite. I don't know if the guest is yet. All right, I'm gonna get you in, Tech Boy. Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
Yeah, let me change this format. And give me a second. Alrighty, my guest, introduce yourself and promote yourself, and then we get into the topic.
Hello, everybody. This is the Tech Boy with the Tech Boy Media, and I have been doing YouTube for 1 year and tech blogging for 3.
So I want to break it this topic about the iOS and everything. I'm gonna break it in software, hardware, and hardware is gonna be two division. The division of the 15 and the division of the actual pros. We're gonna talk about the moniker. Hey Sharkfin. So yeah, give me a second while I send this link to somebody else. Okay. So paste. Yeah, can you take over for a second if you don't mind?
Oh, sure.
Just give me 1 minute.
Okay, so I guess we could talk about the iPhone 15. Let's see what the chat
Yeah,
says.
let's start with that. So give me a second. Okay. Too many times. Okay, I'm back. So okay, let me get my other guests and then we'll continue.
Hello, Luis.
Hey, Bobby.
Hello.
Hey, how you
How are
doing?
you? I'm doing good.
Thanks for
I'm
coming
here
in.
to tell you guys about the iPhone 15.
Yep. So okay, so let's start with talking about the actual part of the software because the thing that was just with the iOS 15, the 15 phone, and you could correct me, Bobby or Tech Boy. For me, it's like a 14 Lite Pro because it got the same features, got the 48 megapixel and so forth. So you know what I mean. So I'll let you all talk, and you y'all could take over.
Yeah, the iPhone 15, just regular, basically the same. I think it's sad that they didn't include telephoto camera on it. If any Android company did that for $800, they'd rightfully get in trouble for that and not having a 120 hertz display. So,
But if you think about it, Tech Boy and Bobby, you see, I got the 14 Pro Max, and a lot of features trickle down to the regular 14. So now I feel like my phone is obsolete because, yeah, it don't have a third camera, but usually it have like about 85 to 90% of the features, if y'all get what I mean.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about getting the 15 Pro Max whenever it comes out.
So yeah, I don't know when it's gonna be on store, Bobby, but pretty soon it'll be on stores. And a lot of people, I'm gonna send that invite to one more person. Bear with me. Can you take over, Tech Boy, and continue
sure.
the subject? Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
The iPhone 15, I mean, I like that it has USB-C, so that's, good. You can finally charge. But I mean, I guess it's kind of sad that one of Android's main advantages is going away, but it's good for people who have chargers. You won't have to carry around the lightning cable anymore. I also wish that it was more, I guess, competitive. Like if you compare it to, say, the S23, the S23 has telephoto and a 120 hertz display, while the iPhone 15 doesn't for $800. So that's that. And of course, there is no SIM card slot. I do like that it did bring over the dynamic island, so the notch is dead after 6 years.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna ask. Okay. Do you think? Because if you look at it, that's for the more budget concerning. So that's why I'm not really comparing to the Pro Max or the any other company that got Ultra like the Samsung, because it's not fair to do that because we got to look at it for what it is. We got to break it down. It's more for the budget, but I'm looking at it. The lines are getting blurred with the Pro Max of the 14 and the 15. If you think about it, fellas.
Yeah.
Bonnie, I send you the link.
I was
Yeah.
I was
Go ahead.
comparing the regular S23 to the
Oh, okay.
iPhone
My
15.
apologies. But if y'all think about it logically, the 48 megapixel went trickle down.
Mhm.
What else trickled down? The dynamic island and all that for my phone. Yeah, I still got more features, but I feel like my phone is in between because now I feel like the 15 is a light Pro 14. I don't know if you agree with me, fellas.
Yeah, that makes sense. Especially, you can talk.
Yeah, go ahead, Bobby.
Hello. And
Yeah,
the
go
15
ahead.
Pro Max has USB Type-C. That's a big change for me from the 13 Pro Max, what I have right now.
Yep. Go ahead, Tech Boy. What you were saying?
I was saying like the USB-C, it kind of makes the choice hard to decide. You might think, oh, I want the better cameras and bigger screen of a Pro Max, but I want USB-C for iPhone, so I don't know what to get. And maybe Apple would maybe get 5% more bias, be like, oh, whatever, I'll just go get the 15 Pro Max, which means they'll make more money.
But I'll tell you one thing, fellas. I send you the invite. I Bonnie, continue. It's a disservice because the USB on the actual 15 is a 2.0, so it's the same thing as Lightning. So therefore, so it got pro features and it doesn't have pro features. But if you look at it for what it is and for what that phone been year after year, it's not meant to be a high end phone. But now for me, like you agree, Tech Boy, it's blurring the line. I wonder what's going to happen with the next models, the regular 16. If you're trickling down features from the Pro Max, you see where my confusion lies right there? My conflict, not confusion.
Yeah, I guess if you had the 14, the smart thing to do would be to wait for the 16 to come out because more things would trickle down from the 15 Pro.
Now let's talk about the 15. And I'm going to give it a specific scenario why I like the 15. The Pro and the Pro Max are different. They're not the same.
Mm-hmm.
So let's clarify that from the beginning for our audience. Tech Boy, can you do me a favor? I don't know if you got iBonnie on your messages. Can you send the link on Twitter?
Oh.
Because I sent it. I don't know if it's working or not. But I'll continue. So first of all, it got the 5 Zoom X It has the ability to do Pro
Hi,
Raw.
Bonnie said in the comment, I'm waiting for you to accept me in.
Yeah, I did send the thing. Tape Boy's doing it. Yeah, he joined. Let me put him on and continue what I was saying. Hey, Bonnie. So yeah, let me continue. Tape Boy was saying the 15 it got fast speed of USB. Also, you got the ability to do Pro feature for the Pro Max. I'm talking like log. You could record from external and stuff like that. I think you could do that on both. So you don't have to buy more iCloud. Those advantages, and it give you a lot of ProRes and a lot of professional. Now, this is the first year that I say it's a Pro phone. Other years, I never call it Pro. So, what you think? And hey, Bunny. Yeah, go ahead. Anybody could talk.
And the 15 Pro Max, whenever I try to pre-order it from Verizon, it will take until November.
Oh, wow. I got mine to November 1st next year, but go ahead, Tech Boy.
Yeah, the fact that it has USB-C means you can use all kinds of accessories with it now. Like the, say, SSD or USB-C headphones or a flash drive.
Those are warranted and those are valid. So now you could call it Pro because you could record and you don't have to spend money for the bigger option. You can still get away with the 256. You see what I'm coming from? So therefore, the 256 is very valuable because on the Pro Max, I'm talking, due to the fact that you got so many features and bottleneck, it was the storage, but there's no bottleneck because, like you said, Tech Boy, the SSD is very important. You Velcro that to the back, to a case that you don't care, and you use that case to record and film, like a rugged case, so you'll be okay, and stuff like that. So that I like it because it's giving you a lot of flexibility on the end of the Pro. So that's why I say this is the first year that I believe that I can say.
Let me send a link to my friend for my friend to watch the live stream.
Okay, watch it. Okay.
For my friend to watch.
Yeah, you could send it.
Yeah, I'll be.
Yeah, Bonnie, I cannot hear you if you're talking. Yeah, he'll be back. But yeah, so what you think about that? The word Pro? Do you think it's valid this year for the first time?
Yeah, sure. They added extra zoom to it. They added USB-C, and it comes in titanium. So I'd say it's Pro. Now it doesn't have like super Pro features. Like you still can't plug it into a monitor to get a DeX-like environment. You can't plug it into a computer to access the file system. No split screen capabilities or anything like that. But it's more Pro than that stuff.
Yeah, and also what I like is when we call him Pro, it added a new feature, log video. In log video, you could grade the video, so it give you more granular, So that part, you understand where I'm coming from. So therefore, that's what I like everything about it. I mean, the only reason that I bought the 14 Pro Max is my old phone speaker broke. That's the only reason I was forced to buy. Now I would wait for the 15. Because I like everything what it's bringing to the table. Mm-hmm. And the price did not increase either. So it has a lot of valuable features. Let me bring Hi, Bonnie.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. That was weird. Probably tough. As you guys were saying about USB-C and Lightning, I do like the USB-C. With my take, I just, for convenience, I just use like wireless charging and MagSafe, something like that. Since I just got the 14, like probably July, I'll probably, I think Tech Boy said, I'll probably wait for the 16 or the features to go to the regular model from the Pro model.
And I was going to say, anything else you want to add to the 15 before we move to the software part of it?
Can you say that again?
Anything you want to talk about the 15 the regular 15 or the 15 Pro before we move to the software
yeah.
part of iOS
I
17?
think the regular 15 now has like the dynamic island. They killed the notch on the iPhone.
Yeah.
So that excited me. So maybe if I in 2 years I can upgrade. I can probably get once the price comes down just a little bit. I could do that upgrade.
But to be honestly, I have the dynamic island, and I'm not gonna say it's useless because it's not. It's useful, but not enough people taking advantage third party. So therefore, it's a waste of space, in my opinion, because Apple got certain apps, but I don't see a lot of apps taking advantage of it. So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and that's just my gripe. To be honest, let me see if anybody else got comments or something to say. Cool. So, anything else you want to add? Anybody else before we move to the software part of it?
I'll wait for the software to say something, but before that, I did get this a few days ago for an early gift
Cool.
for my birthday, which is next Sunday. So this is fun to play
What
with.
is that?
The Switch Lite.
Oh,
Okay, getting back to going to the software part of it. You know what I like about the software? It got a lot of useful enhancements for
My brother.
everyday life.
yeah. The
I like it when you call, like that feature where you call, you can put any picture.
iMessage.
Where you can put any picture, and when you call someone, it'll show you any picture you add per them.
Oh yeah, the voice. It'll give you like a transcript, and then you could decide if you want to pick up the call based on the voice message if it's very important.
Something like this. If someone called you, the picture will show up like this, or something like this. Like
Oh yeah,
it's like a picture. I guess you can add for the
it's
contact.
like a
let's say.
poster.
Yeah, you can add like any picture, whatever you want. To be honest, for for that contact, which is cool.
I also think that the iMessage features where you do stuff like this or this, that's interesting.
I'm currently going to watch OS 10 with the Series 8, and then I'll update the iPad later tonight.
Hey TA Taylor. Yeah. So also was gonna say something. Also, I like that it give you a lot of enhancements towards the feature of calling, because we're talking about the calling area of the software iOS 17. What happens? Somebody's calling you, and that's the annoying person you don't want to talk to. So therefore, you can listen to the transcript. So that's beneficial. And they say it's 5 rings, and it'll go to the voice transcript part of it. So you'll see the words
Apple
going
changed
on.
all the ringtones in iOS 17.
Good one. I like that. Also,
Oh,
they
it
changed.
did?
Yep, a couple of them.
Mm.
And also, I heard if you created your own ringtone, sometime with updating to iOS 17, you might have to reinstall it because you might lose some of it, but that's just part of it.
All my ringtones are still there. I bought them from the App Store.
Mm.
All my ringtones are still there, Lewis and everyone.
Oh, cool. And I was going to say
Bought them
something
from the
else.
iTunes Store.
I was going to say something else. They did so many enhancements, and also, what you think about standby?
Standby.
I didn't try it yet.
Let me explain what is standby if you don't understand, Tech Boy. If you put it like this, and it'll give you
Oh,
like
that stand OLED thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
I got pros and cons, and y'all agree or disagree with me. I like it, but you gotta put it all night. You gotta put it all night on the stand. So if you use that throughout the year, how is that gonna take an impact of the battery? You see what I'm coming? Because you're charging it all night. It's a good feature, yes and no, because the battery is taking a hit. So therefore, the battery is always constantly on the charger to do the standby night. What you think about that, iBunny?
I like it because I'm testing it right now.
Yeah, I do like it, but what happened with the battery if you got to be charging it all the time? 6-7 months, how the battery is going to degrade.
Yeah.
See, Apple don't think about stuff like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure they had study and research that, but I'm just thinking because actually for the 14 Pro don't have good battery because I bought mine in November and my battery health is at 97. So I'm just
Latrell! What's up, Latrell?
yeah. So what you think about anybody? I got something in my
It's
mouth.
interesting that you can that I think with the OLED, it's good that it's using that, so it's going to be completely dark, so it's not going to waste too much battery.
Oh yes, it's dimmed down to a dark color. It's true, but I'm wondering on the longevity of the phone, month after month, using that all the time like a clock, how it's going to take an impact on the battery, and the life of the battery. That's my concern.
I'll have to do some testing with that, and I'll make a video on it in a couple of months to get the results that I want to have.
Mhm.
Because the standby thing is just, they just released the update today, so I can't make a, call, that word I'm trying to think of, but I can't. But I just want to collect some data and do some
collect
testing.
data.
Yeah, collect data. So I just want to do the. They should. It's only what the tech. I like what he's saying. Like they should add a digital clock too, because for now, as you can see right here, it's only analog. I tried to switch it to
I
like.
think you could change that. They got different clocks.
Yeah, Samsung lets you change their
Yeah, they
AMOLED.
got different clocks. Tech boy. They got like I don't know 4 or 5. I don't know how much, but they got different clocks. But also, I wanted to mention something about. I'm going. This is software and services. I'm gonna put it together. This topic. On other services, they improved the actual iCloud. Now for let me see. 30 gigs. I think it's no 60 gigs. You pay $30, and for 12 gigs, you pay 60. But then again, if you are a person that you know what you want and you got the Pro Max, you don't need to get the iCloud because you could put everything on the SSD, like you said earlier, Tech Boy. So that defeats the purpose. For certain people, I'm not saying for every customer. Anything else y'all want to add on this? Go ahead. The mic is open.
I think they're changing the design, the layout, the icons on WatchOS 10. Like they're
Oh yeah,
redesigning.
that's the next subject. Thanks. We're gonna introduce you that. Yeah, they changed. It's changed.
Yeah.
Now they got stack widgets.
One
Let me
more
show you.
thing I would like to add
Yeah,
for
go ahead.
iOS 17. I think how they released those cool icons with macOS Big Sur. I feel like, in my opinion, they should have brought it to like iOS 17 to make it more like pop out. Something like iOS 6, a little bit of a modern skeuomorphic, whatever.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Because it's
Yeah.
it's basically the same kind of icon since like iOS 7. The phone, it looks the same. I feel like they should at least bring the Big Sur
What are you doing,
icon
Rachel?
to the iOS,
Yeah.
or to iPad. If that's
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
I feel like I just hope maybe they, in the future iOS 17, they'll put it in, or at least we'll wait to see if they're gonna, add those new updated icons to iOS 18. But we have to, see.
So I want to talk about the watch because the watch been enhanced. I think that's the most UI significant difference. So what I'm gonna see if I could get into that. Give me a second. See now you I don't know if y'all can see this. Oops, it went away. It's sort of you see. Let me see if I could. I don't think it's gonna show on camera. You could let me see if I could do it differently. Oh, here we go. You got stab widgets. So when you go like this and swipe, can y'all see those stab widgets?
Yeah.
Yeah. So done. So you got stab widgets. So you go up and the widgets are there, but that's good because it's much easier to see and glance the information. Oh, and another thing, we got added interactive widgets. I forgot to tell you that on the iOS 17.
Oh, what do they do? You can just like use them.
Yeah, it's more like Android. It's not, I'm not gonna say it's fully the same level of Android, but now when you touch with them, you can see more information. You could do more stuff with it. So therefore, you don't have to jump in the app. So that part is good. And by the way, my watch got a cover. That's why I look a little bit different. This is the Ultra. From the Ultra to the Ultra 2, Generation 2 is not enough enhancement to buy number 2. They add these gestures, but that's already there. But that's already there. It was an accessibility. What they did, they took it off accessibility and make it part of the OS main, but it's still there. I could put it on. I could put it on. I saw a person video. I cannot give him credit because I don't know the name of the creator, but he was doing it with his actual watch. Number one, he went on accessibility, and he enabled it. He was doing the same thing that the watch OS 2 do. So number 2, pronounce that correct. So I don't think that is. I think that's a waste of money going for the 2.
Yeah.
And quickly, I just want to say thanks everybody for coming in and being part of the panel. We're not finishing, but I just want to, say thanks for the audience. And Tech Boy, will you ever go to use an iOS, or have you used iPhones before?
I've used them a little bit, but they were kind of confusing. Like I've seen them
Because
in the
the
App
reason I'm
Store.
asking, and let me break it down, my brother, because we are tech reviewers, and some tech reviewers pick to be Android, something in mind, and some of them pick to be all around it. I like to be all around tech reviewer, meaning I like to know, the more that I know, the more I confirm my consumers. Maybe in the future, I don't know if you give it a try. Because it could benefit you, it could benefit actuality, your viewers, because you know about both worlds.
Yeah.
So, anything else y'all want to add? Go ahead. The mic is open. Don't be shy, fellas.
We don't have any actual working iPhones here, but I did a video, just a little YouTube short comparison. I did the same video, same text, everything, and I had an iPhone 4 and just showed it on camera for a YouTube short, and an LG V40 and did the same thing.
Nice.
And the iPhone 4 got more views. It was for an experiment than the LG V40. And even on Google Trends, when I did that experiment, the iPhone 4 has a higher search rating than the LG V40. So I found that interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, guess what? Somebody asked what kind of iPhone you using. I think it was on Twitter somewhere. I don't remember what kind of app they asked, and they said I'm still using iPhone 6.
Who has an iPhone 6?
Somebody, I don't remember the person because I don't know them, but I don't know if it was Twitter Spaces or Clubhouse. We were talking somewhere in a social media app, and he admitted that he have an iPhone 6.
Oh, if it still works, just don't get rid of it.
Yeah, it's working. It's fine. I mean, he's gonna buy the 15 now.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, that's a big jump.
Yeah, like it's like a car. If it still drives and you take care of it, you don't need to buy a new car. Just
That's
keep the one
true.
you're.
If it's broken, don't fix it, bro.
Yeah, the saying, if it's not broken, don't get rid of it or something like that.
Also, I checked the website, and it's over there. The Apple battery branding. I forgot what it's called.
Apple
The
battery,
MagSafe
right?
battery.
Oh, the back.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was like, I'm disappointed because it's no longer there because that's maybe they got rid of it because it's USB Lightning still. Who knows?
Oh, they got rid of it.
This one, this is the one. If y'all could see it, let me bring the. Can y'all see this?
Hang on, it's low. Oh
Yes.
Can you see it? So that one, I was frustrated because
Luisito.
right here. They no longer have that on the website of the store. After 2 years, it's no longer for sale.
Sorry for the interruption, Lewis. It was my nephew talking.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, so what else y'all want to talk about the iPhone 15? Anything with software, whatever.
I'm
the
trying to
episode-
find
We
some
can talk
case.
about the what's it called, FaceTime
Yeah, go ahead.
reactions. Like if you do hearts and thumbs up or something like that, you'll get the background changing and everything.
Luis, I'm trying to find a case for the 15 Pro Max. What
Cool.
case do you like to buy?
Technically, I don't know if that's Spencer, but technically, T got a collab with Andar. He made a red case leather.
What kind? What kind of case?
The company's called Andar.
Mhm.
Anear.
Sorry, I'm having some difficulties over here.
No problem. Yeah, so getting back to Tech Boy, the FaceTime, yeah, and also you could do little videos with it, FaceTime, like a quick snippet, a quick couple of seconds, so the person could receive it. Yo, I need to talk
So it's
to you.
kind of
So
like
let me-
Google Duos /Meet messages, or like Samsung's AR Zone. You can record in there too and send a video of your AR self to your friends.
Yeah, so we talk about Apple and everything. We still got 8 o'clock is the time that I close. Anything else before we move on to another subject, if you don't mind?
I think that's it. For
Yeah,
Apple.
I think we did good. What about let's talk about Google. What you think about the event coming October 4th? Yeah,
For the
October 4th.
Pixel 8.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well,
Oh.
I mean, this is your last chance to get a Pixel 7. There's like a sale going on since it's Google's 25th birthday. They're offering $250 off on the 7 Pro, 7 Pro.
Do y'all think about the Fold? Do y'all think it was released too early, or do y'all think? Because a lot of people say it's a good phone from the perspective of the hardware, but the software lack a lot of features to be desired as a full phone, not a regular phone. A regular phone's fine, but a regular phone you get a slam. You get the 7 or 7 Pro or 7A. You know what I mean? So that's the debate people are having, and people are conflict with that because people talking about it. Because my cousin got the 7A, and she was like, "What's the point of getting a Fold if it has no full features?" Because that's what a lot of reviewers complain about.
Yeah.
Compared to Samsung. Go
I think
ahead.
it's good. I think it's good for like a dev kit. Like it shows that Google's committed at least to promoting foldables and cause developers to try to make more apps for it.
I feel like they rushed the phone out. They didn't give it. I think they should have maybe
Yes,
by.
the iOS 17 is out with Trail.
Yeah. Go ahead, Bonnie.
So I think they should. They released it too early because they wanted to jump on that. Everyone is making a foldable. We want to show you ours. I feel like maybe they should have waited maybe just to like 2024 to, release it to squish out the bugs. But that can be easily fixed with a software update. But I feel like it was just a little too early. Now, do I hate the phone? No, because one, I don't have it, so I can't give say I hate it or I like it, but I like how it looks. So I'll
I
give it.
think
I'll
the
give that.
hardware is a good. If you look at it, iBonnie, I think the hardware is not the problem. I think it's the software. That's what people are complaining.
Yeah.
But the build quality is good. Or Tempo, you could chime in. Anybody, the build quality is good. The only thing that is missing is the software compared to other foldable. Samsung it got years experience. Samsung got a lot of multitasking, a lot of stuff that is very helpful day to day usability.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean
Yes,
the front
go ahead.
thing is better. Front facing camera. I mean, not front facing camera. Sorry, front screen. That lets you it's more usable, so that's good. And people actually like the form factor of the 5.8-inch screen, but wide enough so much they want Google to make like a pro phone that's 5.8 inches with the cameras and everything.
Someone asked me like, or I just saw a tweet saying, "Oh, do you think Apple will make a foldable?" I'm like, no. In my opinion, I don't think they would like to make one, and they're probably not going to make one.
No
It
time
doesn't.
soon.
In my opinion, I don't think. Maybe they will. Maybe who knows? But for now, I don't think they're going to make it just yet.
They'll probably
But
make one
maybe,
in
maybe in the
2030.
future. It doesn't matter if they make it now or near future. I think they're comfortable on the form fat they use
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah,
let's say, oh, sorry.
no, that's fine. I'm just gonna say, Tay Boy, can you read this question if you don't mind?
Can I do what?
Can you read that question if you don't mind?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
iOS
thank you.
out. It's iOS 17 out or something.
No,
Like,
this one that I got highlighted.
oh,
The
I
chart
think
thing.
it's cool that the iPhone 15 Pros can record video
Thank you.
directly from an external SSD, but I feel that iOS still has a lot of restrictions on what the iPhone hardware back from its full potential.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it had a lot of restriction, but if you think about it, you could do cinematic. You could do ProRes. You could do log grading. You have USB-C 3.1 and or 3.1 or 3.1. I'm not sure. Oh, what also have the Pro Max? The USB-C. I said that
Mhm.
SSD recording. So therefore, you go with a 256. So it got. I mean, I don't know if that's a drawback. If you think about it, it got a drawback for the 15, but for the Pro Max, I don't think they hold back. I think they unleash the power. Oh, 5x zoom. So
Well, that's for the Pro Max because it's so big. They won't let it can fit the zoom camera in there.
if you are a new content creator, I think you'll be good with the Pro Max until you can afford a regular camera. Because you got a lot
Oh,
of
me?
so much benefits.
Maybe there was a time when my computer got slow, so I had to record everything off my my podcast episodes off my phone. So I just plugged them into the monitor so I could show stuff on screen. With the Pro Max, I wouldn't be able to do that.
Oh,
Luis,
okay.
But
me and Tim work on the church podcast. I just do it on my phone usually, Luis.
But hey, boy, you can mirror your phone to a monitor. It's not like this, but you can mirror it. They got mirror capability, the iOS 17 or
what kind of
iOS.
what kind of monitor? I don't have like a smart monitor. I just have like a.
No, but if you have a TV or something, you can mirror it. As long as
Oh, okay.
the connectivity through Wi-Fi, you can mirror it. They got the ability.
It could turn into. It can be basically like a smart remote control,
Right here,
basically.
Yeah.
mirroring. You see it over here?
Mhm. We've done that before to like show pictures on the TV from the Fire Stick.
It could be like a smart remote control if you think about it.
Luis,
Yeah.
I have Apple TV at my house. Does it work on my Apple TV?
Okay, let me read this other comment quickly. Let me make sure. It says Apple has a patent on recording for a flip style iPhone, but is likely at least a couple of years away. There is no plan at this point for a foldable. I agree. Oh, yep. Let me Let me say hi to this person.
I'll be right back.
Hello.
No problem. Yeah, from the perspective of this year, I like everything. This is the first year that I've been happy with the Pro Max, and this is my first Pro Max. I never had a Pro Max,
Oh, okay.
so I like the 15 a lot, but I don't have the funds for that, so I'm good with this one.
Mhm.
Louis Buddy was in here, official Tim Tech. He has a YouTube channel.
Cool. Yeah, I was gonna say. So, what else? So going back to the actual Google, because we didn't finish that part of the conversation. What you think about the Tensor 3? Do you think it's going to be strong? Because Tensor 2 is okay.
Mhm. I think it's going to be good enough for most people. Definitely good enough for the 7 and 7A or 8 and 8A. Hopefully it doesn't overheat. That's been a problem on the S22 Plus. So hopefully it doesn't overheat.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Because I do like the Pixel 4 hardware, but I talk to people that have the phone and they're not too happy with the software part of it because they got both. They got that and they got the the C4 5. So they're comparing, and I know that he have years after years of perfecting it, perfection the software, making it better, Samsung, but add a little bit more customization to make it more useful as the point of when you open it.
Yeah, I saw someone using 2 different launchers on the Z Fold 5. So, or Fold 4. They use like some type of Windows phone style launcher on the front screen, and then when they opened the screen, they had automation that would switch the launcher on the second screen to like regular Android or Nova launcher or something like that.
Not gonna lie, I kind of miss Windows OS just a little bit because you had it was unique
Mhm.
because it was like
What time is the kids' bedtime?
I started reading about the tech right when Windows OS was dying.
I remember, I think it was like 2017 or I read a
Yeah,
news.
2017.
Yeah, so I was reading this tech pulse, and Windows like, yeah, Windows is dead. Go to iOS, go to Android, whatever you do, we don't care.
Mhm.
It's dead. And I actually, I still have a relic from the past. Introducing the Microsoft Lumia 635.
Oh, that's the one that I won from EC Computer Solution. I had in black. I gave it to my niece.
You
Yep, that's
won
the
it?
one that I had.
I used this for 1 month, and then I went back to like Android. I was like, oh no, I can't deal with this.
Yeah,
I
me too.
wanted,
Go
I
ahead, Tech
wanted,
Boy.
I wanted to test the Windows Phone one time. I was looking on eBay to see if they had any deals on one. I could do like one for a week or something like that.
Oh, Ground Tech is here. Thank you for coming in. Salute. So yeah, so I mean, I'm not gonna say no
On
company is better than the other one. I like both. Go ahead,
I
Bobby.
got a Windows phone, then I got it from my carrier Verizon. I didn't like it. I exchanged it the next day for an iPhone 5S. I went back to Apple.
Mm.
I didn't like
Okay,
it.
now I got a question for all the panels, if you don't mind. Since we are tech reviewers, and this go for regular people, anything, however you want to answer it. Is it valuable to upgrade year after year?
I don't think so. Unless you have like a Galaxy Z Flip, they do like on those sometimes where you can if you upgrade year over year, you only pay $99, which I mean makes sense. It's cheaper than a screen replacement at that point. So,
Sometimes if there's a good deal going on, I will upgrade every year.
but I've never
Mhm.
upgraded year over year. My first phone that I kept was a Galaxy A71 5G. I kept that for like 18 months until it stopped getting signal, and then I got an S22 Plus, and I'll probably keep that until like it gets paid off. So I probably won't be getting another phone until S24, S25. Of
But
course, I can
also,
always like buy one off of eBay if I wanted to.
yeah, and also T-Mobile give you the ability. Now I don't know about every company. you can finish paying your phone fast if you want it. That's an option in T-Mobile. I don't think that's everywhere. Oh, and also we have 24 months. We don't have 30 months like AT&T, and I don't know Verizon how many months they have.
Verizon let me pay off my device like $100 and then upgrade it.
Oh, are you with T-Mobile?
Me?
iBonnie?
Yeah, I'm with T-Mobile.
Me too.
Oh, cool. Oh, and the new plan, when I call in, the new plan, because my friend bought an iPhone 15 Pro Max,
Mhm.
they gave him a $1,000 because it's in the new plan.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
that's not bad.
those plans they let you basically get the phone for free, but you have to pay them off in bill credits over 24 months,
No.
like $30.
And you can pay it
Never-
faster, but the only problem that I have with that, Tech Boy, is the only problem is that the plan is going to cost more.
Mhm.
Meaning,
Yeah.
I'm in a grandfather plan, so I pay cheap. If I would go to that plan to get $1,000, then my plan's going to go up $100 more.
Mm.
Make no type of sense.
Right.
I'm really into.
I will get $830 from my phone.
Oh, cool.
I try to scour eBay for like phone deals for phones that I want to test and maybe potentially keep. Like since
Yeah.
S24 is coming around, I might try to see S23 Ultra prices because the prices are gonna drop, or the Motorola Edge
I had
2022
a
Plus.
BlackBerry. I had it for 2 years before the iPhone 4 came out.
Oh. But yeah, Shark says, I miss BlackBerry. Yeah, I'm that old. But they didn't prioritize app and therefore they got left behind. Yep, it's true. They didn't conform to today's world, so they got left behind. So yeah,
I mean, I
I had
still
a
like.
BlackBerry.
I mean, I could probably, for my phone usage, do a BlackBerry because I use my phone for email and texting, and I guess the only thing that wouldn't go well would be, I guess, the camera features because the cameras weren't that good. But since I don't really do vertical scrolling applications like TikTok,
Mhm.
the widescreen actually would be a benefit to me.
Cool.
But since no one makes apps for them anymore, I'd have to use everything on the web, which I mostly do. But there's some apps like, say, Zoho Mail, that's my email client, that I use in app form. And of course, other apps like plane tracking apps and the Epic 3D scanning application.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you that it's sometime last week or this week. I don't remember. You did a live stream, right, Tech
Mhm.
Boy?
Yes.
And I got notified after the stream was over. I went to it and it was over. It was 2 minutes over when I
Yeah.
got notified.
Mm.
Why? Why YouTube? I wanted to go and support, but 2 minutes later, yeah, he's live streaming. I went there and the live stream was over.
Mm.
You should have sent me a
Louis,
DM.
I
would attend.
sometimes get those notifications late on my computer if Alex goes live.
Correct.
I always try to make my notifications on alert whenever they come in, but I also have a separate account that I'm subscribed to. So I subscribe to myself. And I know one of my videos, if they're doing well, I'll get a notification for that. Speaking of BlackBerry, the company that owns the trademark or used to, TCL. What do you guys think about the TCL 40XL?
Yeah, TCL don't make that bad phones
Yeah.
because one of my friends have one of those. I forgot
Yeah.
what TCL he have.
I got one on a Prime Day deal.
Mhm.
This one has a 6.75-inch display, 50 megapixels, 5,000 milliamp battery, 6 gigabytes of RAM, and 256 gigabytes of storage. But I found it interesting that it didn't have, I think it had a 90 hertz display, but it didn't have 5G. So I found those compromises interesting. But for $110 on the Prime Day deal, or $179 on eBay where I'm selling it, or Amazon, I think that's, pretty good compromise. What do you think?
Mhm. Well, we
Yeah,
got more,
but
9 more minutes. This is going for take iBunny and Tech Boy. I'm gonna let y'all promote your channel, talk about your projects, whatever you want to talk about. Take the time to explore and just go for it. Mi casa es tu casa.
Yes, sure. So I'm the Tech Boy. I run the Tech Boy Media. I have a website, thetechboy.org. It's been around we celebrated our 3-year anniversary this summer. We do reviews on software, phones, projects, and every week we have a podcast on YouTube. It's live. We try to make it about 2 hours long because that's what the analytics say. It's good. And we also sell devices on our eBay store. So that TCL 40XL I'm selling. I just sold a Galaxy Book 10.6. And if you ever need tech advice or consultation, you can email me or text the phone number.
Can I ask you a question? Do you have a time frame like me every time that you do your live stream? I mean your podcast, or it's
Yes.
different time?
We usually, unless I'm like busy or at an event where I can't do it, we try to go live around 4:00 Central Time.
And that's what Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Sorry, Saturdays 4:00 Central Time.
Oh, okay, cool. So cool. So I could stop by. What about you, iBonnie?
Yeah, so I run my channel, iBonnie. I do tech. Sometimes I venture out to other things like aviation. I also enjoy talking about that as well. I like to. Sometimes, if I can see a really good plane clip, I record that and show it to the YouTube Shorts. And I like to I know the plane. I just type I add the plane's model, the airlines to the video. I would like to in the future talk, push more into the. Once I get a job, I can start buying techno phones or stuff and review them, and upgrade to a better software editing tool in the future.
Yeah. Also, I was gonna say for me, I do tech reviews, but I'm doing it differently because I changed all my thing. I'm more like a tutorial based. I want to teach you how to use the phone better yourself if you're not a techie person. So that's the route. I want to go lifestyle and more tutorial based because yes, I could buy phones every year after year, but that's a lot of money. And for now it's not viable for me. Honesty is the best policy. So when you're tech channel, you gotta know when you're a small tech channel, you gotta find stuff. Right here, I'm gonna tell you perfect example. Give me a second, I want because it's kind of loud.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Right here, there's 4 videos. First impression, right?
Yeah.
Review the software.
Yeah.
Talk about the cameras review, and a final review. Therefore, you got 4 videos. You don't have to go like, oh, I need to buy every phone, being dead. Because no. Honestly, the best policy. That's why I started doing. I'm gonna start doing tutorials on Shorts back again and stuff like that, and teach people. Well, this is how you use your phone. This is blah blah blah, and give example, and that's better. And you still being a tech reviewer. Whenever you can buy a phone, you buy a phone, because as a small tech channel, it's hard to get everything, and if you don't have that cash and mean of money.
Yeah, I found that some people don't know basic tech concepts, and that's okay. We can teach it to them. Like I made a comparison video comparing the 2 calculators, Samsung versus Google calculator. I showed people what Google Lens was, and people really liked that and didn't know how to use it. I told people not to use those flashlight apps because they could be malware because you have a flashlight built into your phone already on iOS and Android.
I remember. Sorry.
So there's basic stuff that's already built into your phone that some people don't know about that you could have free content to make off of.
Yeah, there's so much free content that it could still be pertaining to tech, because my uncle don't know how to use tech and certain people a certain age. I agree with you. Tech Boy, a perfectly illustrated example. I mean, and like I said earlier, there's a lot of stuff. You could talk about, look, this is good for your budget. You get certain expertise on this area. For example, say there was a $200 phone. This $200 phone is like a $300 because it's way over class, it's punching above, stuff like that you could do, and you could help a lot of people. It just don't have to be like, oh, this is for the power user, this is for the power user. But go ahead, iBunny.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I remember a long time ago with my first Android phone, it had a flash, built in, but it didn't have a flashlight app onto the phone. So, what you would have to do is like download one of those apps, and it would work. Your flashlight would work like a normal flashlight, or you would have to do like open your camera app and hit the screen, and then the flash would just flash for like a second to get your way around. That's how I had to work around having no
And the last
flashlight.
thing, yeah, the last thing I want to talk about this real quick, like a second, because nothing has changed as you get more better features, but they're almost similar to iOS 17. The iPad, why exception? Why we still don't have a calculator? And this is this is for students, this is for a lot of stuff. You know
That's
what I
honestly
mean?
just sad, honestly.
And they give you a what's it called, the magic keyboard with it, so they're making you like a professional, mini laptop. Why you don't have an app if you're tearing this for student working people? I just don't
Yeah,
get it.
I mean,
Actual our graphic designer, go ahead.
even like the smartwatches have calculators on them. Um, the
I don't know.
Galaxy Tab S6 Lite has a calculator on it. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's like, I mean, I'm pretty sure there are better calculator apps in the Play Store, but I mean, you should have at least a basic one built in.
Sometimes I scratch my head. Oh, even the big tech reviewers when they did it, I don't know if it was Marquez. I don't know. One of the big tech reviewers last year when they had the iOS, they had an interview with a couple of big executive from the company, and then
Oh, yeah.
Federico, one of them asked him about the calculator. But go ahead.
It was MKBHD. I think he did an interview with Craig.
Thank you for clarifying that. But yeah, they asked him, and he had no answer. He just like blah 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 around the answer. I mean, that's valuable. If you're given three, because this got three items. You got the professional working people, the designer and graphic designer, and the student. I just don't get it. And the last thing I'll say is about this Apple Watch Ultra that I have. It's the best battery life, but
Okay, I won't do it.
sorry. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. It was going to call somebody. But anyway, the only thing they say is for outdoor and outdoors and everything, right? But that's one thing that's negative, that a false advertising. Let me tell you what it is.
I know
They
someone.
say it's for the sport extreme, right?
Yeah,
If I go on expedition for a week, let's say 5 to 7 days, the watch won't last 5 days. And you could squeak 3 or maybe 3.5 days, but it don't last for more than 4.5. Four is pushing it. So why is an outdoor watch if you don't have the longevity of the battery? Yes, you get more than regular, but that's false advertisement. That's my gripe with this.
yeah.
I don't use it for stream. I use it for regular stuff, and it's fine. Sorry if I let you talk. And it's fine. It lasts days and days. But for the extreme, it's a false advertisement. Go ahead.
Yeah, because Apple, they can't make like a completely outdoors extreme product because that would be fringe and no one would buy it except for those people. So they have to kind of merge it to be like I want to get it device / kind of extreme. So it's kind of like a Pro Light, in between Pro and just regular people. And I know someone who has it, and even though he has a Pixel, he kind of like syncs it with his old iPhone or something, and he likes it. So it's kind of like a fashion accessory / status symbol with some active features built in. I guess that would be Apple's thing, and I'm pretty sure they got profitable off of it because it's as much as an iPhone 15.
Yeah, well, fellas, I would like to say thank you for coming in. I appreciate all your information. One of these days, if I start a podcast, I'll invite both of y'all, but I'm not in the podcast yet there. So, but thanks for coming in. With that said, I'm going to say peace and love. Bye, everybody. Take care.
Thanks
a
for
nice
having
week.
me on.
Yep, no problem. Anytime.
See ya.